Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for tuning into another episode of the Dumpster Diaries Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Justin Allen, and I'm here with Moses Wartooth, and we've got some stories, news, and information for you today. So first of all, Moses, I want to go ahead and start off. I know we usually do current events and stuff like that, man, but there's just been a bunch of wild stuff coming across my feed on the internet.
I mean, it's current.
It is. I guess it's technically current news, right?
Yeah.
And, side note, for those of you who can't tell, Moses is about an inch from death right now.
A little under the weather.
So I'm going to
apologize for the shit voice.
I'm going to try to carry most of the talking or whatever, but we'll see what we can work with. But anyway, so yeah, man, I've just been seeing these wild videos. I know you sent me some or whatever, man, so I kind of want to play some of them so we can talk about them. But do you want to talk about them first, or you just want to go ahead and play them, man?
This first one, let's just show it, because it's hard to even describe, so the people need to see
Still
it.
think we're making it up?
Yeah, because it's weird.
Yo, I got punched in the face. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Get your on, man. Try it on, though, yo.
Yeah.
So they're literally just like
You guys
taping
come,
and
please?
tying this to like
You're on the
stealing shit
way?
out of their car.
Yeah.
Can you guys go check on this girl? I'll be right here.
It looks like some
Oh,
random.
yo.
Yeah.
Hey, crew. Yes, sir. We got the whole crew here. You breaking my shit, yo.
I wasn't breaking into it. You got my J's. You got my J's in my wallet. I wasn't in it. I was just checking it out.
Got my J's in my wallet.
Hey, bro, right there.
Like literally getting tied to a pole. That's all he's worried about.
Yeah. I mean, he seems to be pretty calm about it.
Yeah, dude. So those of you just listening on audio, title of the video is City Workers Caught Teen Breaking into One of Their Cars, so they tied his ass to a pole. Essentially, think of some inner city kid. Looks like he tried to rob some construction workers' vehicle. And
I'm assuming they were obviously just right there and was like, what the fuck are you doing?
yeah, so they captured his ass and like literally just tied him to like scaffolding, like with like saran wrap and tape and rope, and I guess they're just waiting on the cops to come pick his ass up.
He's pretty docile throughout the whole thing. Like, he's not really fighting or doing anything.
Yeah, he was
accepted. I mean, he does have 5 dudes on him, so
he was real worried about his J's
yeah.
and his wallet.
I mean, you can see them on the ground there. They're okay.
Oh shit, man. So I guess that brings us into kicking up video number 2, man, that I wanted to show about how crazy the internet's getting today. This one, I like this one. I think it's kind of fun. I think we can make some jokes out of this, but we'll go ahead and I guess we can play it and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Another one that you just need to
Theft.
see it.
Theft is amongst us. So this is the one where 2 guys are stealing, what is that, a lawnmower?
Yeah, I think they're going to start their own lawn service.
So it's 2 guys literally just pulled up a truck to like a Lowe's.
It's at Lowe's, yeah.
And they're just loading a brand new lawnmower into the back of their truck right now.
Lawnmowers are expensive. Like, what do you think that costs? Probably $2,000?
That one? Oh, no, you're probably looking at closer to like 4, man. 3
Yeah,
or 4.
I guess it got the bag attachments and all that other shit,
Yeah.
which they lost that. But.
It's like falling apart as they're trying to get in the back of their truck. But I can't help but think, man, the difference between these guys and the other one we watched, it seems like these guys are just trying to finance a business.
They're stealing work equipment.
They're trying to go to work, you know? I bet these guys aren't worried about their J's. I don't know.
I mean, they look like they were wearing some Walmart house shoes. They didn't give a shit about anything.
But I mean, that goes back, you know, I know we covered it a couple of weeks ago, a week or 2 ago, or whatever, but like all the was it the blipping stuff in like California? Yeah. And I mean, like theft is just getting crazy as hell, dude.
But I mean,
you know?
Again, it's because there's no consequences.
When you lived in England, was theft a major issue?
Like pickpocket shit, and if you left your car unlocked at night, kids would come around and check everybody's doors. But there was never any like break-ins or like
a B&E, some forced, and like Germany never had any of those problems either.
Yeah,
man.
it was mainly just kids like just checking doors and shit at night.
Yeah, man, and you know, freaking some of the like I remember my landlord. I've told this story before, but they had to do some work in like the house that I was renting or whatever, and it had like a boiler or whatnot, and they had to come over and like check on some stuff. And he called me while I was at work. I was like, well, I have to go home and like unlock the door. And he was like, whoa, you lock your door? And I was like, yeah, dude. And he was like, he started laughing. He was like, no one locks their doors here.
Be like, that's fine. I'm from America.
Yeah, I was just like, and it blew my mind. And I talked to him, and my landlord was a cop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the guy who actually owned the property used a property manager that could speak English.
Okay.
And he was Polizia. He was an older guy too, and he was like, we never get calls out here, man.
I'll be like, that's fine, but I ain't gonna be the first.
Yeah, dude. I've seen how this shit plays out. But yeah, dude, I don't know. The internet's crazy, man. Speaking of more crazy shit with the internet, one of my favorite people in the world, because I think he's the most entertaining human being on the face of this planet. And dun, it's not Joe Rogan. Alex Jones is making a comeback. Apparently, his Twitter just got reinstated.
Yeah, Elon held a poll, and apparently 70% of the people that voted were like in favor of him getting his account back.
That's wild, dude.
70% are down for free speech.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That makes me optimistic.
Because I'm a little surprised, but I guess X is like the fucking wild, wild west. So you would, if anything was gonna pass it, it would be on X.
I feel like a lot of more liberal people have probably gotten off that platform.
I think so. Yeah.
You know, because I mean, when I go on there, I think it's literally how I described it. Like the last episode or two it is the wild, wild west.
Anything goes.
Have you made an account yet?
No.
Dude, you got to get on this shit, man. X is where it's at, dude. It's like, because you can go in your settings and you can change it to where basically there's no filter. And
okay.
That's where you start seeing like videos from like Hamas and like shit from the Ukraine and like all this crazy shit, and you're like, what the fuck? But I don't know. I'm just happy Alex Jones, man, is back on some sort of mainstream platform. Because I mean, like, I don't think everything the guy says is gold, right? And
of course not, no.
Clearly he's fucked up in the past, right? But I mean, I've been listening to that guy since I was in high school. Now, not religiously, like I've taken some time off or whatever. And then, and he's had legal issues before in the past, but I'm telling you, man, he's right more times than he's wrong.
Yeah.
And the shit that he's right about is scary as shit. And like one story that I liked, I think it was the last time he was on the Joe Rogan Experience, like the podcast. He and Joe were talking about Epstein's Island. And then Joe was like, dude, you were telling me about this island like 10 years ago. And he was like, yeah. He's like, there's 7 more too. And everybody's just like, at the time was like, oh, that's conspiracy. That could never fucking happen. And he's just like, where do you think I get this information?
He was right about one, but then they're going to discredit him on the same thing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. And then I saw a crazy video, and I had forgotten about this because it had been so long, but like Alex Jones actively, like very accurately predicted 9/11.
They probably watched it off the internet.
Dude, I couldn't find a clip on YouTube to pull, man. I'm sure it's out there. I think I saw it on X originally. We need to get X set up on here so we can pull videos off of that, man.
Yeah.
I'm logging to my account or whatever, But it was on. For those of you listening, you can try to find it. It's definitely on X. And Alex Jones just did an interview with Tucker Carlson on X too. So I think they talk about it there as well, but I haven't watched that episode yet, so I don't know. But on July 25th, 2001, Alex Jones accurately predicted 9/11. And he explained, he talks about airliners being hijacked and flown into World Trade Centers. Talks about like the global conspiracy, Dick Cheney having his hands in all this shit. Like, dude, it's a crazy video, man.
And that's just literally a couple of months prior. Like that's
it was like a few months prior. And it was like, all right.
Like how would you be able to predict that without some sort of information? Like,
dude, if you watch it, because they asked him like how did you know?
Yeah.
And then he goes and explains, like he was like, look, he's like, I paid attention to like these people in politics and government and private corporations and the verbiage they were using, the stuff they were talking about, and like the regions of the world where shit was getting crazy. And he was like, I just pieced it together, man.
Damn.
And I was like,
so
fuck.
He's able to pull information that other people aren't able to see.
Yeah. And he's been doing
some
it.
Cases.
He's been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
But like another thing too, man, he was right about was that Bohemian Grove shit.
Yeah.
That was a big conspiracy for the longest time. And everybody's like, no, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. And then he snuck in there and filmed it, which is still one of the greatest stories ever because he actively talked to people and they just thought that he was invited. And he has like his video camera and he's like filming them doing all these like, I don't know if you want to call them satanic rituals or whatever, but like they're definitely burning an effigy in the shape of a human, like a child's body, to this huge owl god statue while they're all like chanting and wearing cloaks. And these are all CEOs of like Fortune 500 companies and like senators and shit like that, dude. So it's like, what the fuck is going on there? I don't know. You know, he had his like speculations on what it was, but and it's super weird too because it's a private club. Because I looked into it because the first thing I thought, I was like, yo, like, can I sneak in here and see this shit? I want to see this shit just like one time. I just want to see it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it costs like $25,000 a year or some shit. It's like the membership fee.
Membership.
And you have to be invited. You have to be a man. I think they loosened that up a little bit. Like they're allowing women in some capacity to be in there.
Really?
Yeah,
I bet like Hillary and Nancy Pelosi are the only two.
Yeah, there was like a lawsuit or whatever. Like once the club came out and it was like a big thing and stuff, like someone sued because I think they were just trying to get in and just be like, what's going on? You
That's
know?
bullshit. I'll be like, you ever heard of the fucking Boy Scouts?
But I bet they're in quotations, but they're not in.
Yeah,
It's
they
like-
probably just set up a facade. Be like, oh yeah, here's our club.
Yeah, it's like the Masons. It's like, oh, like when you join, it's like, oh, you're a Mason or whatever. And then like they have like different degrees. And then if
Yeah.
you're not in that degree, you have to leave like the lodge, like the chambers or whatever, because you can't know what they're discussing or talking about. So I imagine it's probably something similar to that. Like, hey, don't tell these bitches anything, but as soon as they get on that plane,
Yeah.
like then we're going to have the real
stuff.
the real like Illuminati world domination shit, man. But I don't know, dude. Alex Jones is wild as fuck. And I'm just glad that he's back on a platform because I'll say this, like, you gotta know how to take things at a distance. You can't wholeheartedly commit yourself to things
Like,
because
take everything at face value.
yeah. Because I mean, he got wrapped into that Sandy Hook stuff, man, and there's a lot of weird shit around that. But in my personal opinion, of course it happened. Absolutely, I watched his trials, all this other stuff. There's no doubt in my mind that Sandy Hook actually took place. But he claimed it didn't, and then he got sued for like $1 billion, you know? So, like, I don't know. But I'm just glad that Elon Musk is giving him that platform. Did you know if Elon was letting Trump back on?
Oh, yeah, he's been on.
He's been on? Really?
Yeah. I don't know if Trump is actually, we'll know.
Well, he's been allowed on, but he hasn't come back.
Yeah, because he's with, what's that other platform?
True Social that he made or whatever?
I think so. I think he like committed to be on some other platform to not post on other people's stuff.
Yeah, because I remember when it was coming down or whatever, like when
Rumble. I think it's Rumble.
Rumble?
I think.
Yeah, I haven't been on Rumble yet, man. I kind of want to check it out though. I hear it's got like, it's just all like right wing conservatives.
I mean, some of our stuff is on Rumble. So we have an account.
Is it really?
Yeah, we've got a Rumble.
Holy
account.
shit! I didn't know that. Fuck, when did you do that?
I don't know, a while back. Are
we getting any hits on it?
I haven't looked at it in months, honestly. Like, I set it up, uploaded it. It's supposedly has like a thing where it'll just automatically upload your YouTube videos onto Rumble. So I have it set like that.
We should check it out, man. I'm kind of curious.
I mean, maybe somebody's seen it.
Yeah. I mean, people are definitely watching our shit, man. I mean, we just busted 1 million views.
Yeah.
So
thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Hit 2,000 subs, 1 million views.
That's not too bad, man. That's just on YouTube alone, man. So I think, how many views do you think it would be if you included all of our platforms, like our Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff? I mean, we got to be pushing like it's well over 2 million.
Yeah, we got like 2 million on Instagram. That's our bread and butter.
So you think
YouTube
it's
and Instagram?
Fair to say we got like 3 million views in total?
Not that much.
Oh, okay.
Like over 2, a little bit over 2.
Oh shit, man! I thought it was higher than that. Uh-oh. Okay. I think I told a couple people we had 3. Like,
Give it time, we will.
But yeah, man, I don't know. So Alex Jones is back in it, and you know, I'm real glad. I'm kind of curious to see like how he takes it, man. Like, is he gonna come back like hellfire and brimstone?
Yeah, just full force.
You know, or is
I bet he will. I mean,
is he gonna take it cool?
Do you think that he's learned anything?
Learned his lesson.
Maybe on the Sandy Hook stuff because he got actually sued for that.
I mean, I think he has legal shit against him where he can't even like talk about Sandy
you're right.
Hook and shit, man.
You're right.
Yeah, like they kind of did him dirty. I mean, from what I watched in the court case, they did him dirty. Like, they had it set up to where he couldn't even claim he was innocent, like, to the public. Like, he couldn't mention like Sandy Hook.
He just can't bring it up at all.
Yeah, he can't defend himself, like nothing or whatever, like a total gag order, which I think is completely unconstitutional. But whatever, that's just my opinion, you know.
I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever. There's no need to bring it up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think we actually went through it like on an episode or two.
Yeah,
ago,
we did.
Right? All right. Well, fuck, I don't know, but I'm just glad, you know. I mean, like, some of these old characters are starting to resurface in the news, man, and
yeah,
like,
I mean, whether or not you agree with the dude on everything, like free speech, he at least needs to be able to talk.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. You don't have to believe him. You don't have to listen to him. But he should be allowed to at least talk shit.
Shit. Speaking of people getting in the news again and stuff, you been hearing about old Hunter Biden?
Oh, God.
God. You know, people hate on this guy, and obviously some shady shit went down with Ukraine, but, like, I stand by this, and I've said this since day one. I bet that dude is so much fun to party with.
I'm sure he is.
I bet it's a wild time, dude.
I mean, he can do whatever he wants to.
Yeah. So, like, I was watching some stuff, man, and from 2016 to 2019, he had $1.6 million in cash and / ATM withdrawals. And apparently it all went to, like, cocaine and
Hookers and
escorts.
drugs.
Yeah, dude. And I can't remember what they were saying, like, it was some insane shit. Like, he was spending, I want to say it was like $3,000 to $6,000 a week in high-end escorts.
Jeez.
I was like, God damn, brother. Like
at that point, he could just buy wives, or like just go to other countries. But
yeah,
wait, like I don't understand that, man. That's a waste of money.
Yeah, it's definitely a pathology thing. But he's been facing a lot of charges and shit here lately.
But people are still like, oh, he got a bad rap. Like, have you seen what that motherfucker has done? Like,
yeah, there's definitely some shit going on in the media where they're trying to like
he's
sympathize
the
with
victim.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, be like, if any regular person had videos of them like
Dude.
holding guns to hookers' heads and shit, like,
Dude,
it's trouble.
I'm telling you, man, like, if you and I we did everything just like he did, except we were not the son of a president, right? Or like anyone powerful, right? We just did all this crazy shit or whatever. We probably wouldn't even have enough money to post bail.
No.
You know what I mean? So we would just be in jail waiting for our court case to come, you know?
And we would have got busted like the first thing that dropped. He's had like countless. I think he's got over like 20-something
Slam the
charges,
hammer,
right?
like, jail.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I think like officially now, I want to say it's 3 felonies and like 6 misdemeanors or some shit like that. And then he has like various gun charges on top of that and stuff. So, yeah, dude, it's a lot of shit, man. But I don't know. I don't believe in that like sympathizing with him shit.
No.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's also like not easy being the fucking son of a senator, then a vice president, and now a fucking president. I'm sure that shit's not fucking easy in itself.
Fuck that.
Dude.
It's also not easy being a goddamn blue collar worker. Like,
True.
Fuck that shit. He's never had to worry about anything aside. I hope I don't go to jail for killing a fucking hooker. Yeah. Like,
I was thinking more of like privacy, like being in the public eye. You know what I mean? Like everything you fucking do is like you can't even go get ice cream at a store. And
who cares? He just pays somebody to do it for him. He pays a high-end prostitute to go get him some fucking Dairy Queen or some shit.
I'd like to talk to him. I think he'd be a cool dude, like, to interview, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would. I don't know, man. Because I don't
think we'd feel good. Like, we'd have to, like, be very professional. Because I think we'd start getting pissed, like, halfway
through. Yeah, because
through.
we'd be like, dude, you're a fucking liar. Like, what did you really do?
Where's the money from Ukraine, Hunter?
Yeah.
Like,
let me see that laptop, bitch.
I still can't believe he just left that laptop at a fucking... One, who takes like a fucking laptop with incriminating evidence on it to a computer repair store?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's like some world's dumbest criminals type shit.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, it's like one step away from like 1,000 ways to die, dude. You know, like, but I don't know, man. But apparently, you know, he's back in the news, I guess. Like, you know, still kicking up some shit, facing these charges or whatever. So I doubt he'll ever see a day in jail.
No, I highly doubt it.
And like, to be honest with you, like I heard Biden made a comment that he was doubting whether or not he was actually going to run again. Because I think I'm like 99.9% sure the Democratic Party has just turned against him at this point. Because he's just a throwaway candidate. Like it's not going to happen. There's no way it's going to happen. So I think they're looking for another horse to back. And I would not be surprised, at least on the federal charges, which I need to go back and look and see. Like, is Hunter facing federal charges or is he facing only state charges?
I thought it was federal.
So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Biden just, like, pardons his son on the way out. You know, it's like, done.
And the shit about Biden, like using shell companies or even, like, in some instances, he wasn't even using shell company. It was just straight on paper, giving tons of money, like, just swapping it back and forth.
Dude, I need to find that clip, man. I don't know how they figured this shit out, man, because, like, the news, they had all this, they had Hunter Biden's, like, finances and, like, pictures of checks and stuff that were written.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you get that? Because Like, for example, like if I wanted to know like where you use your debit card, like that's almost impossible for me to find that information. You know what I mean? Like your bank has to give that to
Yeah,
me.
but the cops can do that shit.
Yeah, but I'm just talking like this is like Fox News, man.
I mean, do they got people paid?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, no doubt, but I mean, it's still. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this?
I mean, and if it's an investigation, they can just. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but if it's ongoing, like if it's a sealed case, like it's like not sealed, but like the case is over, that's public record, that's different. But like if the case is ongoing and the investigation's ongoing, like they don't release that information.
Yeah, but all they gotta have is one dude snapping some pics.
That is
sending
true.
it to informants, like
it is true.
Be like, oh, look what I found.
Like TMZ style shit.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
It's just like give them like $5,000, like because
Yeah.
they recorded like Paris Hilton snorting coke in a bathroom or some shit, you know.
Little upskirt shit or something.
Real quick snip, you know. I think I'm actively getting sick as we're filming this now. Thanks.
Perfect.
Holy shit. But yeah, you know what still gets me though is like Biden's artwork, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that's ridiculous, man. But
I don't know. I kind of respect it, dude.
I think it's stupid as fuck.
It's not good work.
Well,
It's
I
dumb.
understand, like, but people.
But his ability to sell pieces of art for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's just him throwing paint on a canvas
That's
and
a
like
goddamn
blowing
money
it with
laundering. That's money
It
laundering,
is,
man.
but like still, the fact that he's able to pull it off, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking impressed.
But to be fair, like there's a lot of art that you look at and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like. Impressionist art and like abstract shit where it's literally like a goddamn square on a piece of white paper and it's thousands of dollars. Like,
You know, I actually do like a lot of art and stuff, man. Like one of my favorite artists is Van Gogh, and like I've been to the Van Gogh Museum like I think like 3 or 4 times in Amsterdam. And one thing I did kind of like though about his stuff is like as his art goes on, you can tell his mental illness got worse.
yeah.
And it becomes like more crazy and shit. Like it's schizophrenia. They assume it was schizophrenia. It got worse. I don't think that's a case of Hunter Biden. I think he's just like spitting paint on a canvas.
He's just fucking tweaked out of his mind.
God damn. Dragging his sack across the fucking canvas and then charging someone $100,000 for it. And it's just like, oh yeah, you can meet my dad, you know, or whatever the fuck they're doing. I don't know.
Or you're gonna buy this for $100,000, or you're gonna meet my dad.
Yeah, it's just like something bad's gonna happen to
Yeah.
you. Because you know he still has Secret Service protection and shit too,
Yeah.
man. So, dude, I don't know, man. Secret Service, I don't know. Would you like that in your life or no?
I mean, they're crooked as fuck.
I mean, so like, say you personally, like, if you just were like assigned like 3 agents, like these 3 agents, their like job is completely like take a bullet for you, ask no questions, they see nothing, they say nothing. Would you like that in your personal? Would you think that was kind of cool, like having like a full time, like essentially like a bodyguard?
No, I mean I don't like being around people, even if even if they're like ghosts or whatever. Like I would still not. I don't want to be around people like that.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of cool. It'd be cool for like a week.
It'd be cool.
then
Like, I
eventually
don't
be
know.
like,
I guess if I want like. I don't know. When I was younger, it would have been cool because I'd have been an asshole and go out and get in fights and shit and get people killed.
Just start shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like fucking old George W. Bush's daughters or whatever.
Oh yeah.
God damn. Like they were like underage and like they'd go out like I don't know how it works with the Secret Service, like because the Secret Service went with them to like the bars and they knew that these girls were drinking underage and they were like partying and shit. And then I think
They're
like
probably like, if you tell my daddy, I'll have you killed.
yeah, who fucking knows? You know, I don't know like how far that oath fucking goes. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
where
look
it's
at
just-
Hunter. I mean, if he was banging hookers and doing coke and stuff?
Secret Service had to like,
Yeah,
they had to be around.
They had to be around there. So
I don't know. But it also would be kind of dope to be like a Secret Service agent and have this kind of job where it's like you know all the dirt. You can't say shit, but you know you know what I mean? Like think about it, dude. Like imagine being Hunter Biden or like imagine being Joe Biden's like doctor and you're just like this dude is fucked and I can't tell anyone. It's like, you know. Or better yet, like I don't know, like say you're like the president's like primary physician or whatever, and then like you know he's like gonna die from like some terminal illness or some shit like within 6 months, and you just put a bunch of like fucking put options on like
Oh yeah.
like in the stock market and just like make a fucking assload of money and be like I didn't say shit. That's probably why you and I are in positions like that.
Yeah. I mean, that seems perfectly fine to me. Like, why can't I benefit off of something if the guy's gonna die? I mean, it doesn't hurt anyone.
It's like all those big ass investment firms like BlackRock and shit, man. They took out all those fucking put options on fucking airline companies, like literally like a couple days before 9/11, and they just said it was an anomaly.
Oh,
it was a random fact or like a random coincidence or whatever. So, I don't know, man. Fuck. You want to hack away at Hunter Biden some more, or the Biden family some more? I mean, we've shit on these guys pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Or you want to move on?
I'm done with them.
Something lighthearted. Yeah. Kind of gets tiring too after a while. Like, it's like, oh, like, fuck, let me guess. Like, Biden's back in the news, or like, it's fucking Israel, or like Ukraine or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
I'm
like the same
I'm tired of the
shit.
wars, man. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Same shit, different country. It's always the same stuff.
Not like the people, like, I obviously feel bad for them, but it's just like at the same time, it's like, fuck. It's like a never ending fucking hamster wheel, dude.
I know.
It's either you get those like 3 things, or like throw Trump in there too, those 4 things, or you get like Taylor Swift and like Travis Kelce. Like, and it's just constantly.
Either way, it's like mindless shit that the average person has no control over.
Sure, absolutely. Well, fuck it. I don't know, completely like pivot and change the subject, man. Did you see these Nike shoes that have come out?
Oh, yeah. Literally walk on water.
Yeah, dude. $3,000 for a fucking pair of Nikes, like brand new.
I mean, people pay a lot of money for fucking Nikes anyways.
Yeah, we got a video over it. We can pull it up and watch it, man. But I guess they're what, like Nike Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus themed the Nike. Not Nike partnered with Christianity to make these shoes.
And they have water like in the sole, but it's holy water, right?
Yeah, it's blessed by somebody. Let's watch the video.
I might get a pair. Fuck it. Just having the display behind us.
That'd be cool.
Sponsor us, Nike, please.
They would not sponsor us.
Fuck no, dude.
You may have seen claims Nike is out with a $3,000 Jesus shoe that come filled with holy water. And this is basically true. Now, the soles of the Nike Air Max 97s are injected with holy water taken from the Jordan River. The shoes also feature a crucifix and a Bible verse, Matthew 14:25, which describes Jesus walking on water. Topping it all off is a blood drop on the tongue and frankincense-scented insoles. The shoes start at $1,400, but some select sizes cost as much as $3,000. But even if you had the money, they've already sold out. Everybody loves the Jesus shoe.
Instantly sold out.
Instantly sold out. I'm not gonna lie, like, I mean, although I'm not like a very religious person or whatever, you know, I mean, we've talked about our beliefs before, but more agnostic really than anything, but it'd be kind of dope to own a pair of those, I ain't gonna lie.
Like
not of anything serious, like, I just think it'd be cool to be like, yo, like, they actually did this.
I got the Jesus shoe. Like,
you know?
Is that fucking cross made out of gold or something? It better be made out of something. I bet it's just
$1,400 to $3,000 for like a fucking pair of shoes, man. But people go wild, dude. I mean, like, I know, like, you know, we've done like business in the past, you know, like buying and selling stuff or whatever, you know, like collectibles, whatever. And yeah, I never got into it, but like, did you ever know or meet anyone that was like a big sneakerhead?
No, but I was watching a video today about this guy. There was at a Nike like a sneaker convention, and this guy bought this table of shoes for $25,000, and it was probably around 30 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, it's like a real thing. There was a dude I worked with a couple years ago. He did it, and he was like, he'd always be like hawking them. Like, it was just crazy. Cause like, I remember like one day he showed up, and I was like helping him with something, and we had to load something in his car. He's like, "Oh, hold on one second, I gotta move these boxes," and it was just like Nike shoe boxes, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And it was just a bunch of them. And he was like, "Oh yeah, check us out." And he started explaining, and he was like, I mean, he was spending money on these shoes.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, these cost me $1,200. These cost me $600. Like whatever." And he was explaining how he could just hold on to him for like any collectible, just a few months. And he said like a lot of them, like sometimes would even just like double and triple in value and stuff. And I was like, do people actually wear these? And he was like, most people actually really don't. He's like, they just buy them and like keep them in a closet or whatever, put them on display.
Like a literal collectible.
Yeah. I thought that was, I mean, you know, fuck it, to each his own, you know? I mean, you know, I collected comics as a kid or whatever. You know, I got a couple of them that are still, got a little bit of value to them or whatever. I don't think I'd ever sell them though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like, when it's like really old stuff, man, yeah, dude, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to hold on to that. But yeah, sneakers are never my thing. to get into, but I don't know. I think I definitely would wear some of them Jesus shoes, dude. I wonder if you can just like walk. I mean, you're walking on water because it's injected with holy water from the Jordan River. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe you can like perform some miracles in the streets, like
What if we like bought the shoes and sucked out some of the water and tested it, and it was like Flint, Michigan water or something?
Yeah, it's just like completely fucked up.
Yeah.
Just take it to the university and be like, hey, can we just run like a mass spec on this and see what's up with this shit? It's like, like what's in this? They're just like, oh my God. Like, I don't know, but I've known a few people that would probably be interested in purchasing those. I bet they will go up in value.
Oh, for sure.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
And I mean, they said they sold out immediately. So
it's so wild. To me, it's like shoes. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I guess anything can be a collectible if enough people like it. So.
Yeah. From like, I don't give a fuck about shoes. I wear literally Walmart shoes. But
yeah, that's you and I both like do not give a shit about. Really, like, honestly, like clothing. I know, like, sometimes like I'll wear like a button down, but dude, it's like Amazon Essentials, like $20 shirts. You know what I mean? They get sent to the house. Because some people would be like, oh, like, I mean, now I'm wearing a tee, but like some people would be like, oh man, like you always dress nice or whatever, and I'm just like, dude, literally, like my entire wardrobe is like a couple $100. It's like I will wear clothes until they fall apart.
Oh, me too. This jacket is probably at least 10 years old, and the shirt is like 14 years old.
I just hate spending money like that.
I hate spending money on clothes. I think it's fucking pointless.
Because they're not, like, especially if you're actively wearing them and stuff, like, they're not going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's kind of, clothes, I don't know, clothes in general are starting to fucking piss me off, man, because, like, hold on, let me reword this. The price of clothes is starting to piss me off, because I see, like, a lot of, like, people that I follow and stuff, man, like, they'll have, or companies or whatever, they'll have stores online or merch shops or whatever, and, like, dude, like, the going rate for like t-shirts now is like over $40.
Yeah, there's no way I'd buy that.
And it's like cheap print shirts, man.
Yeah, because a blank t-shirt is like $1.99.
Yeah.
I mean, if you buy them in bulk, it's even cheaper than that.
Yeah. Because I do my same 5-color button downs, and then I buy a pack of black and white fucking tees, and like that's it, and like even the pack of like black and white tees I buy, like they'll cost like $15, and I know that's a ripoff. And I'm just like, I've seen the sweatshops in fucking Korea. I know what's up, dude.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that sweatshop story in Korea?
No.
Oh, dude, I went to like a legit sweatshop.
With a steam whistle?
Dude, it was like some shit from It's Always Sunny. I'm not even gonna fucking lie, dude. So like obviously like it was when I was in the military, so like they do like a lot of fundraisers, and like over there it's very cheap and cost effective for various reasons. I'm sure you can piece it together to get clothes made.
Yeah.
Right? And so where I worked, and all the people that worked basically in my squadron, but like all the people that worked with me, we're looking at probably about 300 to 400 people, right? And so we wanted to do a fundraiser where we got like sports jerseys made, but they had like our logo on it and like names and stuff, like very custom. It's a very common thing that like troops do when they get stationed in Korea.
Yeah,
right?
I have one too.
Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of like quote unquote legit jerseys made because they'd be like $20.
Yeah. And
then like in America they cost you like $150. So, but anyway, so
they're really cool. They're comfortable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fucking so we raise all this money. And I put in an order for like 200 of these jerseys, man. And I go and I ask, we shop around town to find like competitive price or whatever. Got a Korean friend with us, like translating for like the older people who don't really speak English or whatever. And so we find like this old fucking Korean dude, man. And I mean, he looked like the kind of guy you could buy a fucking gremlin from. So, like, just putting that, for those of you who've seen Gremlins, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, old Chinese dude with, like, a white eye,
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, like, and he's like, all right, cool. And, like, the thing about, like, Koreans is, like, when they achieve things, like, own a business, or they're very prideful of it, like, which they should be, but, like, they are. And I don't know if you ever saw this or ran into this, like, they want to show you their business.
Yeah,
like, they
yeah.
kind of show it off, you know what I mean?
Like, look what I've accomplished.
Yeah, it's not in a braggadocious way by any means.
Well, I always thought it was, like, I always wanted to fucking see anyway. I was like, this shit's interesting. I want to see what you do.
So we're in this dude's shop and we're, like, negotiating. And he was like, first, I want you to see he's like, I want you to see my, like, shop where he actually gets them made and stuff. Because we were just, like, in the store front.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, okay, cool. And like he's drinking like soju and offering us drinks because we're doing like a big, for him, especially for him, like a big business deal, right? And so I'm like, all right, like fuck it, this is kind of cool. He's like offering cigarettes and shit. And I'm just like, like sitting here. It's like noon on like a Thursday, and I'm like, is this acceptable? Like I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm doing business
Like
for
it's business practice. You have to.
It really is
rude to not accept this.
It really is. Like if you just deny the shit, it's rude as fuck. And so like we take a few shots.
I could trust you.
A few shots of soju, smoke some cigarettes or whatever, and then he's like, come with me. And so like we leave the store and we walk down a couple blocks or whatever, and we find like this old like brick building. Like there's no advertising on the outside, you don't even know what's in it. And so we walk in and you just, I mean, it is the most industrial shit you've ever seen. You're like, this dude was a gangster, dude. You just hear like just machinery like moving and shit. And it's just as far as the eye like could see. And we're on the first floor, and it's just like a lot of elderly people because they're really big on employing their like elders and stuff like that. And then there was a lot of like younger people. I didn't ask the age. Like it wasn't like kids.
A couple of them were in diapers.
Yeah, it wasn't kids smoking cigarettes, wearing diapers, like making fucking jerseys. But it was like, you know, I wouldn't have been surprised if some of those teenagers were like 14 or something, or 13. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been. But they also age really well over there too. So, you know, it's kind of hard to tell.
They could have been legal.
Yeah, they could have been fucking 35 for all I know, you know? And so I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I'm thinking we're done. I'm like about ready to turn around and everything. And he was like, no. He was like, keep going. Goes upstairs. We go through 4 stories, and every story is like that.
Holy shit.
And he was like, the store you went into is not the only one I own. And then he talked about how he owned like a dozen stores like around Korea and shit like that. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I run like a big textile business. And I was like, fuck.
That's cool.
I was like, hell yeah, brother. So, like, we cut a deal with the guy. We got all our shit made and then, like, you know, gave them to everybody at work and stuff. And everybody was like, oh, these are cool and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you know. Probably made with slave labor, but we're not going to talk about that.
Built on the backs of children and old people, but whatever.
Like, all these people got passports and visas? No.
Be like, well, they did when they entered the country.
And, like, every guy you ever have to, like, talk to, whether you're getting a suit made or doing any kind of business, it's always Mr. Kim. Like, because Kim is a very common last name, but they're all Mr. Kim, right? And so it's just like, who did you get this from? Like, who did this? Like, Mr. Kim, like, generically. I was like, dude, that kind of just reminded me, too. Like, I bet being a cop there, God damn, that's probably got to be tough, dude. It's like, who are you looking for? Oh, I'm looking for a Mr. Kim. It's like, good fucking luck.
He's like, that's half the phone book.
It's just like, you know, a fucking 8-inch phone book. He's sitting there, and it's just like fucking 7 inches of it is the letter K.
Yeah, there's like 700 Kims in this one town alone.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know? How am I supposed to find this guy? But I don't know. They were cool. But it was weird. So it wasn't like a sweatshop. I would not. I mean, you never really know, but but it was interesting to see, man. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, I don't know. And he was like super cool too, man. He was like, when you leave Korea, he was like, he gave me all his information, and he was like, I can ship to America. He was like, prices don't change. He was like, you just got to cover.
Yeah.
He's like, you just got to cover shipping.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, and I was like thinking like, fuck, we can do some lucrative ass shit. Then I kind of remember, like, we have a thing called copyright laws in America.
You like can't be selling Eagles jerseys over here.
Yeah, you know, I guess, like, I don't know, on the side of the street or whatever, be like, set up a tent between, like, you know, in like Philly between like some Haitians and like some fucking Iraqis or something, like selling Eagles jerseys outside of a fucking stadium or whatever.
Just have like a Eagles, but it's got a crow on the logo instead of an eagle.
Or it's like misspelled, like ever so slightly or some shit. And you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, yeah. Those copyright laws in Korea still get me, man. Like, because I mean, when I got there, like everyone was like, hey, you can just download whatever you want on the internet, like torrents or whatever. And I was like, well, you know, that's
except porn.
Yeah. I was like, well, that's bootlegging. Like, you know, that's illegal. And they were like, no, not here. Like, you can't. And buddy, dude, I bought a 4 terabyte hard drive, and I downloaded, at the time, I felt like I downloaded the internet. Like, every movie, even movies, dude, I was
never gonna watch.
Never gonna watch. I think I have like every season of Friends in like 4K H, like some high definition shit. It's like, I'm never gonna watch this. But they're, what I liked was like their like telecommunication, like their infrastructure was so good that when you downloaded at the time like a 1080p movie, it took less than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it was like boop, done. And I've never seen internet that fast in America. Like,
and before Starlink, I know both of us were like basically on fucking dial-up.
Yeah, so. I mean, when I left my parents' house at 18, like they were still using dial-up internet.
Yeah, same.
Just because they lived down in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that was the only offering. There was nothing else.
Yeah. And then, like, I remember they got, like, satellite internet, and then it was just, like, somebody just discovered fucking fire or some shit, you know? Just, like, scared of it. You know?
It loads so fast.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. But that was an interesting time, man, dealing with that stuff, like, in Korea. But I really wish I could have got a gremlin, though.
Yeah. I love that movie.
It's a great movie. You know, I kind of wish, like, I'm not a big fan of, like, remaking movies, but I feel like they could have actually done a lot with that, like, remaking that, making that more into, like, a bigger franchise and stuff, especially catering to, like,
they
kids.
made, like, 3 of them.
I thought they only made 2.
Maybe.
They made 2 and then an animated, right?
Oh, I didn't know they made it animated.
It's some shit, like, because the third one was supposed to be, like, a legit one, and at the last minute, I think they switched it to animated, but I don't know if they actually produced it or not.
Oh, yeah, because it was Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Some shit like
but
that.
Then, I guess they didn't have a third one. Live action.
Feed that motherfucker after midnight.
Gave some chicken.
Dude, like, they're just smart as fuck, too. Like, they, like, chew the wire, like, on the clock, so, like, it shows a different time and everything, and then they're, like, giving me fucking chicken. They start, like, populating and they get water on them and stuff.
Yeah, that was a good show. I like the graphics for the time. Like, it was cool.
Yeah. But that was also back, man, when they made movies that were, like, legit, like, original, too.
Yeah.
They don't do that shit anymore, man. Everything's just, like, a
literal remake.
And I'm not saying all remakes are bad by any means, but, like, it's just so overdone, dude.
People are tired of it. And it's weird. They're remaking video games.
Are you serious?
Oh, like major.
Because I don't play video games, so, like, what?
Like, there's way more original video games than movies, but, like, all video games are getting, like, definitive editions or remade, or, like, PS1 games getting brought to new consoles, which some of it's cool, but then they're remaking shit that came out, like, 5 years ago. Like, there's no fucking point.
There's no point in that. Yeah, dude. I mean, I could see, like, it would be cool, like, if I could get, like, the original, like, some of the original Game Boy, like, games on, like, a PlayStation 5. I mean, like, using, like, an emulator or some shit.
I was gonna say, you can just do it on a computer.
You know, like, I think that's kind of cool, but I don't need to have it, like, that, like, Pokemon Blue is Pokemon Blue. Yeah. Like, that needs to stay that way, you know what I mean?
They haven't
like,
remade that.
I don't think they'd touch it, man, to be honest with you.
They've remade other ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it was blue and red were the OG ones, right?
Mm-hmm. And green in Japan.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm tired of remakes. I'm tired of, like, honestly, I'm tired of Fast and Furious movies and superhero movies. I'm just going to call it.
I know we talked about this before, but I fucking hate superhero shit.
Dude, it's so overdone,
It's so fucking corny and pathetic, man.
And I was, like, talking to a buddy of mine that's huge into, like, Marvel. I get it, dude. Like, it's your thing or whatever.
I guess for me, I wasn't into it as a kid. So, like, I was into Pokemon, so I like Pokemon as an adult, but I didn't give a fuck about superheroes.
There are, like, some superheroes that I like, because I did collect comics. Mm-hmm. Like, I collected Batman comics, and I collected Spider-Man, and there's a couple other, like, an X-Men, and those are, like, my
Marvel
3.
Shit.
But, like, I never got, like, super big, crazy into it,
like,
man.
Iron Man and Hulk and...
But, like, when I collected the comics, like, I would read them online a lot of times, but I would never open the comics.
Oh, okay.
I kept them, like, sealed, like, with the backboards and the plastic and all that shit.
Hell yeah.
So eventually, it just retain value.
You need to get that shit graded.
I do. Honestly, I have a few that, because I know you've dabbled in some of that in the past, so, like, I got a few that we need to probably just bust out one day and just really see what they got, you know? Because, I mean, I know I have some from, like, the early 80s and shit like that and stuff, too, man.
I mean, I don't know anything about it. We can eBay that shit. See what it's worth, so.
But, yeah, man, I'm just, like, super tired of it, man. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he got me watching, like, some of the Marvel movies, and, I mean, going in at face value, I was like, not too bad.
Like, the special effects are fucking top notch, but there's just no substance to the actual film.
Yeah, and, like, I mean, I watched, like, the Avengers and stuff, and, like, I enjoyed. It was one and done for me. Like, I'll watch it one time, but I'm not gonna watch it anymore. And but he was, like, getting super into it. He's like, crazy, man. He was, like, talking about how, like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, they're on, like, I don't know, phase 5 or some shit. And he was like, there's 10 phases. Jeez. And they're planning on making just, like, 80 more movies or some crazy shit like that.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
And I'm just like, dude, you're gonna kill that franchise. Like, you're gonna drive it into the ground, dude.
Well, I mean, they have. The last few ones have just bombed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, like, the most recent one is literally a cast of all women.
Yeah.
It did terrible.
Oh, okay. That's always good.
Yeah, I mean, people are tired of that shit. They want to be entertained. They don't care about being woke and fucking
Like,
pushing agendas and
forced diversity,
Yeah.
like all that kind of crap,
Yeah.
man. People are just like tired of it. I mean, like maybe you could have done it 10 years ago and not said shit about it, and people would be like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
then
now
it's-
everyone knows that it's just a forced fucking ploy. Like, there's no originality to it. They don't care about what they're doing. They're just doing it to push a fucking agenda.
Yeah. It's a shame, man. You remember, like, I just feel like, because, I mean, were you born in 90 or 91?
90.
Yeah, I was born in 91, man. And, like, freaking, dude, I felt like going to the movies, like, in the late 90s, early 2000s, like, that was, like, a baller-ass time, dude.
It was cool. It was like...
Movies were great, dude.
Yeah.
Like, everything...
You get hyped to, like, go see them and stuff. It was actually entertaining.
It'd be like a Monday, and you'd be looking forward to, like, Friday or Saturday night to go to the movies.
You'd watch it on the TV and see what movies were coming out to the theater that weekend, too. Like,
Yeah, dude, you'd be like, oh shit, like call your friend, and, you know, like, well, what up, or like AIM Messenger or whatever.
Yeah.
What is it, like the AOL Instant Messenger shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and like it kind of sucks too, man, because like I feel like this generation, like coming up, man, like they just don't really have that kind of shit, dude.
Well, no, in this generation, like, I got kids, so I know what I see what they watch, and they don't care about movies. They watch YouTube people. They watch like they just watch people. Like, they don't care about movies.
Like
they don't
those
care.
piece of shit people who run podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Just like talking about us, like basically.
some of it's cool.
Yeah.
Like my younger one, she'll literally watch. Like, you remember those fucking videos? They were super popular, but it's like the Filipino people that like build extremely extravagant things out of like just shovels. They'll build like a huge.
Oh, like
pool
they're in the
or a
jungle
mansion.
or some shit, and they just.
She loves watching
mud
that
and
shit.
They'd be like, "Oh, we made a pool out of mud." It's like in bamboo.
And it looks like a goddamn 5-star resort out there. But I watched a video; those are all fake.
So yeah, I remember you telling me about that. You can like some people analyze the footage, and
And
they
you can like see the bulldozer tracks and shit.
or whatever. I mean, those guys got paid doing that shit.
Oh,
That's
hell
for
yeah.
sure. But I don't know, man. Like,
But stuff like that, I'm like, I would much rather her watch that than some stupid ass TikTok bullshit idiot that has nothing
is
to
true.
provide except for poisoning the fucking kids.
I think a lot of it is like long form. Like, especially younger people, can they sit through long form stuff? You know what I mean?
They can. They'll watch a goddamn Minecraft video for like 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like the attention span of like people is like steadily decreasing.
That's true, but like they'll watch long form shit, but in my opinion, it's totally fucking mindless. Like, you get zero positive information out of what you're doing. Like, you're literally like, I get entertainment for entertainment's sake, but you get nothing out of it. It's just two like 17, 18-year-old brain dead idiots hollering shit at a fucking Minecraft game. Like, I can't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, do not, like, you can't watch that.
Because you know me, man. I'll sit down. I'll watch like a 3-hour fucking podcast with like some astrophysicist.
Yeah, but I want to learn something.
Shit, like this is crazy, you know. And then like, I remember even doing like stuff like that, like watching like crazy documentaries as a kid or whatever, and being like, oh, this is like really interesting or whatnot. And then like now, I mean, I don't have kids, so I don't really fucking know, but from what I can tell from like friends and stuff, like you don't see a lot of that anymore.
No.
Man. You know. So I don't know. Do you have hope for the future? It's a coin toss.
No, because most people, like, even I actively try to intervene in shit that I can tell that's stupid, like wrong, but I know, and even I don't do a good enough a job at it.
Yeah.
But I know there's people that don't do anything at all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that's like one thing too about like getting older, man. Like, because we're like early 30s and shit now, man. Like, you start seeing people that like have kids that like have no business having kids.
Yeah, and just let them do whatever.
You're like, whoa, you are raising a nightmare right now, dude. But number one thing, man, especially down in Texas, you don't tell people how to raise their kids, right?
Yeah.
So that's a surefire way to get your ass kicked.
For sure.
So, but I don't know, because I mean, you know, we were talking about on our show, like, you know, like we just recently hit over 1 million views, which is like fucking on YouTube, which is like freaking amazing, man. And it's awesome. But then when you look at the analytics of it, it's like over 98% of that is shorts.
Yeah.
And that has me alarmed. And then like most of the videos, like most of the podcast videos we made, what would you say are other than this most recent one that we just published?
That was done good.
Yeah, which I kind of want to talk about that here in a second. But like, what would you say are average views? Like around 30?
Yeah.
30-ish views. Like, we have some that maybe went to like 50, 60, some that stayed like 15 or whatever. And I was just like, man, like no one watches long form, which I know it's kind of a hard ass, like having like a new podcast. No one knows who we are. Like, you know what I mean? Like getting it all out there or whatever. But, so I don't know, like I was kind of getting like worried. I was like, fuck, is this what society's really going to? Like I got to keep it down like under 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, fuck having like some drawn out like dialogue. Like I want the meat and potatoes. So then we just feed them like the most craziest bullshit, you could imagine or whatever for like 30 seconds. But my biggest thing, dude, God, now I'm just like bouncing all over the place. My biggest thing with those shorts, dude, is like what gets me is when people like, we'll clearly make one that is like retarded.
100% satire.
Like 100%. Like if you have a pulse, you should be able to know that. And there's always, I don't know if they're being sarcastic or not. There's always like some douchebag in the comments. It's like source ? And it's like Joaquin Phoenix. What was the one we did with Joaquin Phoenix? Like
he got his head shot out of a cannon. He was
they sent
Spain's digital ambassador.
They sent a warship to Iraq during the Iraq War in 1942, a landlocked country.
And we shot him at the Alamo.
We shot at the Alamo. And then like people are just like, what's your source for this information? It's like, did you go to fucking school?
You're like, the sources, we literally tried to create the most insane bullshit we could think of, and you still believe it.
Yeah. I guess in their defense, though, occasionally we do have a element of truth in there, though.
We typically do.
Not in that one.
That's our, I mean, something happened in 1942. That was the truth. That was a war.
World War II?
Yeah.
But like every once in a while, we'll just do like a straight fact because it'll be interesting or whatever, and be like, okay, this by itself is interesting enough to actually just like talk about or whatever. But yeah, but our last episode that we did, full length episode, man, dude, it did pretty good, man. I mean, I checked the other day and it had like 175 views, man. I was like, holy shit, dude. So I don't know. We just have more subs now, like subscribers, like because we just broke 2,000 recently. So maybe people are getting on it more. I don't know. But for those of you doing that, man, like really appreciate it. Like that's awesome, And if you got some stuff you want us to like talk about or cover or whatever, feel free to like comment on it, man.
Yeah, leave it in the comments. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, or if you just want to talk shit, I guess,
Yeah, we'll talk shit back too. That stuff's fun, anyways.
It is fucking pretty funny, man. Like, I don't know. I just hope people are joking half the time.
They're not.
I know.
No one's gonna comment that kind of stuff.
This absolutely was not true. Like, no shit, Sherlock. No shit. Like, come on, Then
those people are just eating too much shitty food.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like melting their fucking brains. Like they're probably just like eating all the shit like McDonald's and stuff. Oh, speaking of that.
Speaking of McDonald's.
Yeah. You want to take a lead on this one, or how's your throat doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fucked, but whatever. Right. So McDonald's has a new chain restaurant coming out called CosMc's, and I kind of think it's going to rival, or it's going to be on par with like Starbucks or Sonic, because their drink menu is what they're really pushing on that. A bunch of sugary bullshit drinks. So we got a little clip of that, and then we'll discuss it a bit.
McDonald's is getting a little bigger with the introduction of its newest chain, CosMc's. Company says the new chain is, quote, rooted in beverage exploration, with new flavors and bright colors. This small format beverage-led concept is only available in Bolingbrook, Illinois, with plans to expand. It's the company's first new restaurant concept in the U.S. in decades.
I think I saw something about like their drink menu and stuff. Like apparently it's like some pretty elaborate shit that they're like doing, man. But it's just like all like, it's just horrible for you. It's not good by any means.
I was looking at the calorie count, and the calories isn't like too insane. Like they got, like the coffee shops have the calorie count beat. Like you can get drinks at Starbucks that have 2,000 fucking calories in them.
It's like your entire day's worth of caloric intake on
with
average.
0 nutrients. Like that's insane.
That's crazy.
But
dude.
most of these they have like 300 to 600 calories. But they don't actually break it down, so we don't know how much sugar is in there. Like they're only showing the calorie count so far.
Yeah.
So, but I know like they have one that's like a fucking Oh, a churro frappa latte or whatever the fuck. Anyway,
They just like make a frappuccino. They just shove a churro in there.
A churro in there.
God damn it!
And they did have something that was like it was like a sealed puff, but it had like Nutella or chocolate or some shit inside of it. Like
Shit, you trying to get me hot and bothered right now? I would take a bite, man, but like, dude, I don't know what it was, but it was like when I turned 30, man, I could not eat sweets anymore. Like I know I've talked to you about it before, like last Thanksgiving, I had a slice of pie and I got sick as fuck.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, and I know you've had that before or whatever.
If you don't eat sugar for a while and then go heavy on it, you'll typically get sick.
Yeah, man. Like I literally just would be like nauseous as hell or whatever. Cause like, I mean, like I don't drink like sodas. Like I don't eat candy or whatever. Like I just drink water and stuff, man. But you know, I remember anytime I would have really just any kind of sugar, man, it would just be like the most god awful feeling. And I'd just be like, oh my God. And the thing is like, I'm not even like an actively like in shape dude, man. I'm just average ass dad bod and stuff like that. Cause I eat like a bunch of like beef and stuff. But like fucking dude, like I was just like, that shit will fucking kill you, man. And I don't even think it's entirely just the sugar too. Like who knows what other like flavoring, red dye thing, 40 that's in that shit.
Yeah, like I'm sure if you look at like the ingredients, you can't pronounce more than half of the shit in there.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. Just McDonald's trying to find another way to fucking fatten up the country, dude.
I mean, that's fine. It's people's choice.
I like what they say. Like it has what was it? Bright colors.
Yeah.
Like they just
They're
like
pretty colors.
Yeah. Which is like apparently there's a lot of truth to that kind of shit, man. Like color schemes they use and stuff.
Oh, 100%.
That's why like all the fast food restaurants use the same. Like what is it? Like red, yellow orange,
white,
and shit like that. Because it like creates like the feeling of being rushed to get out of there or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I can't really talk shit about McDonald's, man. I went and had a fucking old Big Mac yesterday, dude.
God, dude, I fucking hate McDonald's.
I don't know. You know, dude, I
won't eat there just on principle. The same with Starbucks and pretty much every other fast food.
Once in a while, I'll get it, man. Once in a while, I will. But like, I'm telling you right now, like that bread, like that's not real bread, dude.
Well, no, I mean you've seen the shit where they set it.
It's like
in
plastic.
They do like a time lapse for 6 months and it doesn't change at all.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it tasted delicious, but like it was not. I did not feel good about eating. I actually did not even finish the Big Mac. I think I only ate like half of it.
How much is a Big Mac now?
Dude, the entire fucking meal, large, was like fucking, I think it was $8.99.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, like you're still like pretty competitive on your fucking prices, man. No wonder why poor people have to eat this shit.
That's how they get you, yeah.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, it's like a real thing. That's why people like lower income families and stuff like live off shittier food because it's cheaper.
Although I will argue with that because people say, oh, buying my food is too fucking expensive. Like, no, not if you buy it in bulk and you're just being fucking lazy and don't want to cook.
That is true.
Because I can buy even now, like it's kind of expensive, but you can buy 10 pounds of ground beef for $40.
Yeah.
Like, that lasts the average person quite a while unless you're a fat, gluttonous idiot.
I think a lot of it too, man, is like, fucking people just don't want to cook their own shit.
No, people are lazy.
Yeah.
And they like going out to eat because it's a fucking social thing.
Hey, man, don't shit on us. Like going out. I enjoy going out. But no, I mean, I get it. Like, especially like in a fucking small town like us, like there ain't shit to do, man. So it's like, you go to Chili's, goddammit.
Stuff their fucking gullet.
Yeah, just go to Chili's and eat those fucking Texas bacon ranch fucking cheese fries.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that shit's good.
It's good.
I don't remember the last time I've had it, but
I like how we openly just talk about how shit'll kill us. And then we're just like, that shit's fucking good, man.
I mean, hell, it's the same as a crackhead. They are off fentanyl. Like, they know that shit's bad for them. And then every time, they're like, have you ever thought about quitting? And they're like, no. They're like, do you want to quit? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever.
Dude, I get this, I think it's called the Santa Fe salad at Chili's. Because I love Chili's, man. I do have a beef with them on their wing special, though. We'll talk about that here in a second. But, it's like, I don't know. It's just a salad. It has like avocado and stuff, but it has like some sort of like dressing on it that's spicy.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really good. But now I don't know if it's like a law or like if companies are just doing it because it kind of became a thing for a little while after that movie Super Size Me came out, but everyone's putting like their calories on everything that they sell, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like looking through the menu at like orders of food, and there was so much shit that was like at or like really close to like the 2,000 calorie mark for like one meal.
Yeah.
And I was like, good God almighty, man.
I know. I recently watched a video of like this guy. He was going around to the most he went to restaurants that had the biggest calorie count calorie count of food. Chili's was on there for 2 different things.
Really?
But that and the fucking Cheesecake Factory. Like, one of those things had over 2,300 calories in it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I can't remember what their fucking... I think I looked at, like, their baby back ribs, and I think, like, a full size of them. It was well over 2,000, man. I want to say it was, like, 2,400, 2,500.
That with, like, a side of mac and cheese and fries and stuff, dude.
That's
like,
2 days worth of calories, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it is wild. But I don't know, man. I don't get it. Because, you know, I've been to other parts of the world. It's got to be all the extra shit that we put in our food in America, man.
It is. And that's why I know you know it too, but like whenever you go to somewhere else, like Germany or
they'll
wherever,
eat a fuck ton of food.
but it tastes so much better too.
It tastes better, and it's, I don't know. It's just weird.
Well, it's because they use more natural ingredients.
Yeah. You know, like, they don't have that shit in there that'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell, even other countries, McDonald's is good. Like,
Yeah, dude. McDonald's is like some gourmet shit in Europe, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it 100% tastes different. So, I don't know, man. But I'm about ready to start swearing off, like, fried food and stuff, too, man. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just getting older. You start to think about it more or whatever. And you're just like, how the fuck can you... Like there's a restaurant that I will go to sometimes, like, by the university that I go to. And, dude, everything on this entire menu is fried. But 2 things. It's a club sandwich and a salad. And I was like, what the fuck? Damn near everything's fucking fried. I think they got, like, pizza and stuff. But even still, like, it's just like everything will fucking kill you on this menu.
Yeah.
You know? But
fried food is my fucking weakness. Like, if I could eat fried food every day, I would.
Dude, did I tell you? It started making me sick as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, dude. This is probably a year or 2 ago. I had KFC. And then, like, within an hour, I was in the bathroom puking my brains up. And it was just like oil coming up, right?
I mean, like good fried food.
But, like, I'm telling you, man, like, and it's happened, like, several times. Like, if I have, like, heavily fried food, like, I'll be sick as a dog. Like, puking my
body,
guts.
it's like, don't be fucking poisoning me, man.
I think that's what it is, man.
Well, fucking January is carnivore month, so I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're going back
on carnivore for January.
I might do it with you, man. Because you shed some serious weight on that shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember, like, just being hungry as fuck, though, dude.
I know people say you don't get hungry on it, but I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Bro,
I was
like,
still hungry.
I remember when I did it, they were like, oh, you can eat as much red meat as you want. And then, dude, I would eat like 2 steaks and I'd be like over here like starving, dude.
Yeah.
Like an hour later, I'd be like, good God, like, what is happening?
I'm not rich. I can't afford to eat as much meat as I want. Like,
yeah, it's like, sorry, not all of us have a father named Jordan Peterson, Michaela Peterson.
You eat fucking filet mignon 7 meals a day. Like,